Hey guys, it's Kim here with Fairily Fiber Fun. Welcome to our August 2017 edition of the Show and Tell episodes. I want to welcome you if you are a returning viewer. Thank you so much for continuing to watch the shows. And if you're a new viewer, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the show. I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon subscribers who are keeping the show on the air week after week. Your support is hugely appreciated. Okay, on to business now that we've taken care of housekeeping. I have been working on a sweater spin. The beautiful, naturally colored Cormo roll-offs that I hand carded myself. They're so soft. Cormo is amazing. If you've never spun it, you need to get some. It is awesome. So soft. Okay. Here's what was in the box. Okay. All those roll-outs in the box was completely stuffed. This bobbin weighs 2 ounces with nothing on it, and it's feeling really, really, really heavy. I'm going to weigh it once I've gotten all of these roll-logs on it, and I think I can fit them all. So that's pretty cool. This is really heavy. First bobbin, still working on it ever since I think July 26th is when I started. It is not taking priority right now. I have other projects in the works, and the other spinning thing I've been doing that's been cutting into my sweater spin was for a how-to episode that I messed up on so bad I have to re-record. Let's put it that way. So you guys will see that in another episode. I'm really excited that my latest video, the Pearl Point unboxing of Hiya needles and review of the Hiya needles, was so popular. I'm just blown away. So if you want to see more knitting tutorials and stuff, I'd be happy to oblige, but I need to know, what do you guys want to see? So comment in the comment section below and tell me what you want to see, and I'll create something just for you. Okay, talking about knitting and such, I think you guys have seen this. I'm doing the sock yarn stash down, which I will post a picture of all those yarns in a basket right here. Okay, so this is the first pair, and I'm using the Fish Lips Kiss heel. You guys have probably seen this already. This is for my 11-year-old son. And these were on the needles last time, and they are both finished. I even wove in all the tails. It only took me a week to get to it. Okay, I did it. And they have a neat little slip stitch texture in a rose going up the foot. I like the way it looks. Then I made a pair for my daughter, but she thinks they're for me. Her foot is a tiny bit smaller than mine, and I can get these on my feet, but ooh, difficult. I used the Simple Skype sock pattern for the stitch pattern, which I think I would like to change because it's off center. But it's really cool. And I did that, of course, they're off the needles, but I haven't worked in the tails yet. I did them in opposing colors. So the heels, heel, toe, and cuff, toe, heel, cuff are opposites, but they are a matching pair for her, and a secret surprise, whatever. I also whipped up a little earbud pouch, and very simple, easy, and quick. I did this in an hour and a half, I think, in an afternoon. So easy. And that included sewing in all the tails. Not bad. Okay, the other thing I completed for the stash down, excuse me, allergy season, is my dragon wing shawl. It's so pretty. I'm in love with it. I made it for my daughter, but I think I've changed my mind. I do that every time I'm going to make her a shawl. The only thing I did wrong was with the blocking, I didn't stretch out the neckline. So it turned out kind of weird, but I could easily just fold that under and it'll be fine. So I'm really happy with it, and I'll insert a picture of the entire thing on the blocking mats so you guys can get a little bit better of an idea of what it looks like. It was very easy to block. I didn't have to block along the edges of the wings. I just pulled them out, pinned top and bottom. I did that to every section here. And then I pulled out the center of each wing and pinned it. And that was it. So that was super easy, and I hate blocking with a passion. It is the worst thing in the world a knitter can be forced to do. And so any pattern that is really simple to block is definitely for me. Alright, so those are my finished projects, and my sock yarn stash down is going really, really well. I haven't done a thing with the cotton yarn destash, which is fine because I'm supposed to be making things for my shop out of that, so that's not critical. But I inherited a huge amount of stash a few years ago and got rid of a ton, worked through a lot. Some of it's my old stash now, just kind of combined my stash with the inherited stash. And I pulled some of it out, like the most accessible part I pulled out today. It's all over my daughter's floor. So now I'm back to digging through that stash and trying to figure out what I can make for the kids out of that yarn. So there's this gorgeous yarn, and my daughter was like, "Oh, Mama, that's so pretty. I want to use it." She's learning to crochet, but she needs solid colors right now. She can't really keep up with what she's doing. So I'm making her an infinity scarf. Cast it on today, and this is the back. This is the front. I'm using my 40-inch cables. These are size 11 needles, so it's going to be big and airy and loose. I was going to do lace, but I'm kind of liking the stockinette and reverse stockinette sections, so it's kind of random. And I'll knit it until it's wide enough to go over her head, cover her ears and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Started it today. And then, because I'm a glutton for punishment and one project just isn't enough, there was this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous cotton yarn in the inherited stash, and it's got like metallic white thread. It's pink and it's got metallic white thread in it. I don't know if you can see that. It's really, really pretty. I don't have a clue how much I have. It's yes I do. It's 160 yards per skein. I have 6 skeins, and then I've got some sea green and white cotton yarn that is a little bit different from this. It's not the same texture. But I thought I found a pattern. I wanted to make like a tunic for my daughter so she can wear leggings to school and still be okay. So I found this pattern from Drops. The top portion of it is going to be knit in the teal and white, and the bottom portion of it that kind of flares out and has little points down on it is going to be this pretty pink. So hopefully my daughter won't be bleh at all the pink. Too darn bad. This is for her. So I cast on, and I'm in the middle of a row, obviously. The second row. Well, I did the cast on, and then I did the first row. I'm on the second row. So that's kind of where I'm at. And this yarn is really lovely to work with. It's weird. It's got a weird texture to it, but I like it. So anyway, those are the new things. So yeah, I'm taking a break from knitting socks right now. I'm working on organizing my stash, and the first thing I did was go hunting for hand-spun stash. And in one of the groups on Ravelry that I'm a part of, we're doing a Organize Your Stash challenge. So I jumped in because it needs to be organized, you know. I have stash in like a million places, so I took all my handspun that I could find Not saying I got it all, but all I could find, and stuck it in 2 dresser drawers. And now I'm going through the closet full of stash and organizing it into project quantities and assigning to specific types of projects. For instance, I want to make a tunic out of this, a sweater out of this, a shawl out of this, scarves, hats, mittens for the kids out of this. I'm going to whittle down that stash until there's very little left. My goal is get rid of a lot of the store-bought synthetic yarns before I get into knitting with my hand spuns, which I'm itching to knit with. I'm torturing myself, I really am. I think that's all for today. I'm gonna throw in a few pictures of the crazy stash in a semi-organized fashion and enjoy. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys!